Alright, this is the Minish Cap Randomizer. I'm playing under tournament settings, round number 8 for the variety tournament. That is going to be Open Fusions, Rupee Mania, Keasy, Plentiful, Pedestal finish with requiring 4 sword and 3 elements for the pedestal. I don't expect it to be too bad. I feel like it's going to be a relatively decent round, but we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to mostly depend on which dungeons we have to do. Obviously, there's one element dungeon that we can skip, so that's going to be okay. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Who's hosting the tournament? ZSR should be hosting, as far as I know. Alright, you know what? Before I leave and go to the puddle, let's just go ahead and do some quick checks around here. Just check the shop, check Juliet's house. Nothing in the shop. Nothing in Juliet's house. Okay, so let's just go to the puddle. Yeah, hopefully all the practice pays off. That would be nice. Oh man, we just hit the jackpot here. Okay. So that is like every item you ever want. It's like 100 million things we could do now. Down thrust, okay. I really should do a map check so we can figure out which dungeons we're going to be needing to do. So I think the route we're going to be taking here is go to Minish Woods and go to Lake Hylia. Because I think with Lake Hylia, we can get a lot done. The question is, are we going to do... Yeah, I think we do South Hyrule Field first. There's a couple things we want to get here. At the very least, we want to get this Wind Crest. And if we find a bomb bag along the way, we can combo that into Minish Loop. If not, then we make our way backwards. We go back to town, and then we go north. I might dip into Trilby? Ooh. Gust Jar. Wait a second. That... Okay, that's good. That is a completable dungeon now. You know what? while I'm here, let's just go ahead and grab this. I always forget about getting this check early. But yeah, we definitely want to go and complete Deepwood. Out of the other dungeons, Royal Crypt is also very good. And then I have to decide between Palace and Droplets. Not really a great combo. Did I get the bell already? I did. It was just a rupee. I didn't pick up the rupee, that's why it didn't mark on my tracker. Just a quick dip in there, just to make sure there's nothing good. And we're just gonna make our way over to Minish Woods, collecting things along the way. Okay. Bottle's interesting. That gets me into Krenel. I don't know if I really even want to go to Krenel. Cave of Flames is nothing. We're probably gonna want to do Droplets. Droplets as our third. Unless we find all the kinstones very quickly. And by that I mean the kinstones for Palace. I don't know, Palace has so much locking the dungeon. It requires a lot. We may be better off just doing Droplets. Obviously with Plentiful and Keasy, we don't need to worry about keys at all. And Plentiful means we're going to be getting a lot of items really quickly. It also means I could probably ignore certain places. Like certain one-off spots, most likely. Like, I'm not gonna go to the courtyard right now. Because I don't think it's a good play. The best play right now is just going into Deepwood. And just completing Deepwood. In fact... no, let's just do it this way. I was gonna say let's go around the other way, but... Oh, we got another Gust Jar. Actually, you know what? Let's actually go the other way. Oh, I should have gotten the Minish Path. Yeah. I should have done the Minish Path and the stuff outside of Minish Village. Before quick warping out of here. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. This is a more densely packed area anyway, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, nothing from Minish Flippers, okay. You know what? This kind of works, because I can go down. Yeah, I can go down and get the stuff, and then we make our way into the dungeon after. Yeah, you gotta really keep thinking about your route all the time. Like I can go into the dungeon from here now. Yeah, our health is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just beat Green Chew. There's no reason to put it off. The next question is going to be, how deep into the dungeon do I go after beating Green Chew? I think at the very least we do like most of it. Because we can full clear the dungeon. And this is probably one of the more dense areas that we have right now. Like, I know I have access to Lake Hylia and Lower Krenel. But there's still like a really good amount of stuff in Deepwood. And then the next place we have to consider is probably Droplets. Even though I don't have the lantern yet, I can still at least get the first rupee path. And you know what? I can go the vanilla route in droplets. Yeah, vanilla route droplets. And because we have cape, we can get both sides, so it doesn't really matter. Great thing about Keasy is I don't have to worry about keys. So I can just worry about maps and compasses as our limiting items here. We've seen the compass. I didn't pick it up, but we've seen it. We have not seen map yet. Alright, there's map. So that means the item in the boss key spot is an item. Do I leave it there? Maybe. A second set of flippers. Okay. Yeah, I think we leave it. Because we have a lot more places we can go. I'll just kill Matterpillar and then leave. Did I even do the Bolari checks? I don't think I did. I did Minish Flippers, yeah, and then I didn't even bother with Bolari. Yeah. That's two really easy checks that I could have gotten. Oh well. If I get Ocarina, then I'll go for it, because those are really easy to get, but otherwise, we're probably going to leave those for a while. I'm sure we're going to run into progression very quickly once we hit Lake Hylia. I mean, we might not, but we'll see. Like, if we get Red Sword, you know where we're going. Immediately. To Western Woods. Because there's just so many things in Western Woods that we're probably going to be in go mode at that point. I should check Waveblade first. Or not Waveblade, but the piece of heart. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to end up doing droplets as our second. Or as our third. So going vanilla route here is going to be worth it. Ocarina, okay. That makes things even better. And our third Gustar. Yeah, it's already worth it. Now, I technically don't need the lily pad too much. Because I have flippers and I have cape. But I want to at least get to the ice matter pillar. And yeah, there's only one way to get there. And that's through using the lily pad. The mitts! Oh wow. That's a big find as well. That might even be a bigger find than the ocarina. Well then. I think that was a good find. Good thing we went this way, right? You know what? It's gonna be easier for me to go this way. Oh no, it doesn't respawn it. Okay. Then we're just gonna go ahead and get the blue orb. And the grip ring. And that's all we got there. Okay. Oh, do I continue in here? I don't think I do. I think we leave. But now that we have the mitts, there's a lot more we can do in the overworld. Yeah, it's been loaded, but we've pretty much gotten as far as we need to in order to finish the dungeon. And that's really all I'm caring about right now. There's so many other places we can go. Yeah, and I can easily get back because of Ocarina. The big thing right now is probably going to Krenel. And climbing up to the top of Krenel. And doing the beanstalk there. Basically, any location that can have a lot of items is where I want to be. Ooh, a butterfly. And it's the dig butterfly. Okay. That's a nice one to find. You know what? Before I leave here... let's go ahead and dig our way to these items. So like I said, because I got the Ocarina, let's go ahead and do Bellari. Because that's two very quick checks. And that's a book. Book on Bellari. And now... back to town. So I'll clean up some of the easier checks in town and then head over to Mount Krenel. We are starting to get some kinstones. Yeah, I still think Krenel is probably where we want to be. Or at least in Trilby area. Because this will get us to Western Woods as soon as we're ready, you know? So I think what I'm gonna do is do Upper Krenel first. Yeah, I like the idea of doing Upper Krenel first. Just because the Beanstalk is the most loaded area of Krenel. The only thing that makes this a bad play is if either A, we have to go vanilla route, or if Kane ends up in lower Krenel. Yo, Mia, thanks for the host. Appreciate it. Because if Kane ends up in lower Krenel, we could have gotten to Cave of Flames and at least gotten the Wind Crest if we did this later. But at the same time, I still like this as the beginning because there's more stuff up here. Even though we're not finding anything. I don't expect us to have to go into Cave of Flames. I don't need the bow. Thanks for the good luck. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. What's on the beanstalk? Red sword. That's what we were looking for. That's pretty much why I came out to the beanstalk first. Because I wanted to find red sword. Now, before I go Western Woods, let's do Greyblade. See, it's not terrible. We are going to have to pick between Palace and Droplets for our third element. We need 3 elements for the Pedestal. We've already done Deepwood. That was easy. We're definitely going to do Royal Crypt. And then it's between Palace and Droplets for the last one. Royal Crypt, we need 1 more sword and boots. I could be Droplets right now, actually. Because I have red sword. Ah, Greyblade didn't have anything. Yeah, I've only done left side so far in Droplets, because we didn't have the lantern when we went in there the first time. Speaking of lanterns, another lantern, Vale Falls Kinstone. Okay, so we go Vale Falls after this, obviously. Unless, of course, we get put into go mode here. So right now, what do I need? 2 swords, boots, and that would be it. 2 swords and a boot would put me into go mode. And we have some of the, like, densest areas available to us right now. Yeah. Another Vale Falls Kinstone. That is a caster stone. Oh, that's interesting. I could go... Ooh. I could go to Fortress of Go mode. Obviously, I'm not gonna want to go there yet. Another ocarina. Okay. But I have enough kinstones for that. Another grip ring. How much of caster do I want to do right now? Probably not that much. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is we'll get, like, the main stuff, right? Do I even get all of it? Probably not. These are still kind of slow checks. I'll get this one and open up the grave and see what the heart piece is, and then we're gonna leave. Heart piece is a heart piece. Imagine that. But yeah, now we head up Veil Falls. Which dungeon is annoying to me? Palace, droplets. Those are probably the most annoying ones. Droplets is annoying because you have to play a very long section without any checks in order to get to the Octo. Palace is just very long and annoying. And fan loop into a vanilla boss key is just awful. It might be worth going back and finishing stuff in droplets. Now that I have a lantern. And you know, once I clear out this area of all potential. There's another lantern. That's what, our third lantern? I'll probably clean out Cloud Tops. Yeah, I don't see a reason why I leave before doing Cloud Tops. Because we can get all the items up here, and then we can just Ocarina away. I'm not going to place any of the Kinstones, because I don't think I'm going to go to Wind Tribe or anything. And I have 3. I could place the 3 most annoying ones. Like, if I had 2, I would say no. But 3, like this one, and the 2 on the left are kind of annoying to get to. I think this is definitely going to come down to whether I find boots. Because if I don't find boots, then I can't do Royal Crypt. I could do Palace without Cane. That's fine. So yeah, it's really going to come down to boots. And the Kinstones, of course. Well, there's Cane. That opens things up. There's another bow. That's bow number 3. If I speak and I'll receive it. So I'll find 4 sword here. I need to find blue sword, boots, boots, blue sword, boots. One of the 2? No? Of course not. Yeah. Okay. But you know what? Having Cane is really good. Because that gets me a lot of checks. And like a lot of pretty solid checks as well. Like I'll do Lower Vale Falls real quick. What's the best Cane checks? Town Minish, I think, is pretty solid with Cane. Lower Vale Falls is pretty good. Yeah, we've made a pretty good amount of progress. Nice Cane locked Cane. I guess I could... I could go into Cave of Flames and get the Rupee Path at the beginning. I'm just trying to think of like where other decent checks are. Fortress is probably where we want to go, actually. There's just so many things there. I really should just think about just finishing droplets. Because I think at this point, droplets is definitely going to be our number 2. The thing is, like, I could just finish droplets anytime I want. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just finish droplets. Oh, I can also do these. Couple checks over here. These are technically out of logic, but they're fairly quick ones, so I'll do them. Also means I don't have to do them later, potentially. Now in droplets, do I go through Dark Maze and everything? I almost feel like I shouldn't. Even though I know like there's more checks over there versus just doing Octo. I don't know, I kind of don't want to go that way. Like, we definitely want to do Octo. And then we probably go Fortress right after Octo. Yeah, let's just do it that way. I know I'm not getting any more checks, but like... He's at least getting me another dungeon complete. I get one check on Octo for the heart container. And like I said earlier, the one downside to doing Octo is there's this long path that you have to take that you're not gonna get any checks. So you're really just committing to doing the boss. But in a situation where we need elements, right? Committing to a boss makes sense. Yeah, we already got a ton from this, so I don't really expect more, but you never know. This could be the actual gold mine. And everything is in here. But then again, Fortress of Go mode is a thing that exists, so... Since Fortress of Go mode exists... Oh no. I hate when it does this. Alright, there we go. You get clipped on the corner and then you just can't get it, and then everything starts going off again, and it just becomes a nightmare to do. Wow, this fight is going really well. There we go. Yeah, I definitely feel like Fortress of Go mode is gonna have something, at the very least. Like if it's, you know, a sword and boots to get me into the graveyard for 4 sword in the graveyard. Yeah, okay. Because that'll be the end. Like, once I'm in graveyard, that gives me like my last element I need. And then from there, it's just... How did I move that way? Makes no sense. I didn't even touch the D-pad. Whatever. Yeah, ideally, Fortress of Go mode gives us a lot of good stuff. There are extra swords. There should be extra boots in the pool as well, so we should be able to find our stuff, hopefully. Alright, what are we gonna get as the item here? Just a bomb refill. Ain't that great. Okay, we got the Boaterfly. Boaterfly is nice. Always enjoy getting the Boaterfly. How much of this do I want to do? I think I take it to the first one down. Yeah, we'll do the first one. We're not going to go all the way here. Yeah, this hasn't paid off at all. We could also do Lower Krenel, Cave of Flames, but I think Fortress is better. It's got more items in it. Okay. We might be a kinstone away from going to Palace is our last? So we're a kinstone or boots, plus our swords. That's what we need at this point. It's tricky trying to navigate all this, considering, like, the fact that it's Key Sanity, or not Key Sanity, but Keasy plus Plentiful. So, dungeons are very open. That's the last Cloud Top Skinstone. Okay. So I think if we don't find anything in, like, the front half here, I consider going to Wind Tribe. Because Wind Tribe's a decent play always, and Palace is a element dungeon. This is not an element dungeon. If this was an element dungeon, I'd be all over this, but it's not. Okay, there's Blue Sword. So we are technically a sword away from Go mode. If I find boots, that makes things even better. So what we really want to find is boots and then sword in graveyard. Or we find both right here. Nope. Okay. Boots. Okay. That's it. Do I continue here? I mean, I should, right? Just in case the other sword ends up, like, on one of these checks right here. You don't want to leave your 4 sword right here. But at the same time, Royal Valley is calling my name. I think what I do is we save scum the drop here. And now that we have a save point here, we can go do Royal Valley without really any consequence. Obviously, you know, I should probably check the visible stuff. Like, there's a couple, like, easy visible things over here. Okay. It's not. Alright. So yeah, I'm expecting Royal Valley to pay off. There were boots over here as well. Oh, you hate to see that. I mean, it didn't matter because we got the boots at like the same time as the sword. If we had the sword for a while, then I would be really salty about that. Alright, where is the Force Sword gonna be? Doesn't look like it's gonna be here. But you know what? I think after this we go Wind Tribe. Wind Tribe is still like a pretty good play. Oh, you know what? I forgot. This is Keasy. So there could be a lot. Like it could be on any one of these checks. I was thinking it was standard keys. So there was only going to be one item here. But no, it could be on any of these. Nope. Okay, it's not here. But this is my third element. So that means as soon as I find the sword, we finish. I feel like Wind Tribe is a good play. Or at least is as good as any other play. I probably won't go into Palace, though. If I'm correct, there are 2 extra swords in the item pool. So we're looking for one of 3 swords. Which means, as long as I keep looking in the densest areas, we should find it eventually. I mean, we will find it eventually, right? It's just a matter of when. Not here. Okay. Let's go somewhere else. I think let's go do Krenel. I think now's the time for us to do Krenel. After I check the final dojo. Imagine the dojo having a sword. No, dojo had a scroll. So the play here is going to be lower Krenel into Cave of Flames. Jabbernut. We found the nut. And there it is. Okay. So we're done. It was on lower Kreml. Or at least one of them was. These settings made for a pretty quick seed. I definitely think it could even be faster. It's just, you know, we had to look for that Force Sword for a while. And if you get the right layout of dungeons as well, I think the ideal set of dungeons is going to be Deepwood, Royal Crypt, and Fortress. Because Deepwood and Fortress, you can do boss right away. And Royal Crypt is very quick no matter what. Having to do droplets kind of made things a little slow. But at the same time, droplets had a lot of good items, and we had to make progress in there anyway. I don't know, it was okay. Just, you know, figuring out which dungeons you need to do and which ones are going to be the fastest. I think that's the main takeaway here. Yeah, overall, not bad.